Hi, welcome to Outdoors with Front Page Nate. And you might imagine, you might have already guessed, I am Front Page Nate. That's Nathaniel Lee. And um, I've been given the nickname Front Page Nate because I'm a journalist and writer. And I had the tendency of somehow for the last 13 years of ending up on the front page of many of our newspapers here in Philadelphia and surrounding areas. And so the name Front Page Nate stuck. But that's a sideline. I just want to explain how I got the title. But the reason for this intro is I wanted to share my love of the outdoors with some of you viewers. I wanted to add to that because there's nothing more beautiful than to be in our natural environment, which is the outdoors. We were created by God in the Garden of Eden, and we've been in the garden is our natural state. And so I'm a hiker, I'm a camper, I enjoy the outdoors, and I post on, if you go on my Facebook page, Nathaniel Lee, or my Instagram page, Nate Lee Writes, that's WRITES, you'll see a lot of pictures of me and my dog, Muppet, right here, who's sitting here waiting for me to get done so we can go for a walk. But a lot of times I'm camping or I'm hiking, and I just wanted to start this YouTube page to share the experiences with you. So let me tell you what you can expect to see in future videos that I'll be posting. I want to do a lot of, I want to share not only the experiences with you, but I also want to show you how you can come outside, get outside, do so safely, give you some hints and suggestions of some of the things that you should acquire to make sure that your trip is as convenient and as efficient and as safe as possible. And so this what this issue is about. Now we're not camping. We're not going to hike today. We'll do that in future editions, future episodes, and we'll do the how-tos of hiking and camping again. But I wanted to first introduce you to some of the things you might want to have. So when we start those future videos, you may have some of those items. Now, this is flexible depending upon whether you're camping, depending on whether you're hiking, or maybe sometimes you just want to be outside for a little while, and bring a day pack or whatever. We'll cover all of that. But for now, in general, for those who whether you're hiking or camping, here are some of the things that I have. And I suggest you pick accordingly some of those things that apply to you, that are appropriate to your goals that you have as my well. Bag. So here's my bag. Inside this bag is nothing but hiking gear. I keep this in my home. When I go in my home and I'm ready to go hiking, everything, whether I'm hiking or camping, everything I need, almost everything won't fit in here, but almost everything I need is in one place. So as you become more familiar with the outdoors and you're going outdoor more often, have a place in your home where you keep everything nice and safe, and so you don't have to be fumbling around your house looking for this, looking for that. Have stuff in one place, your go-to place, and when you're ready to go outside, maybe you're going hiking or whatever, you know where to go to find your stuff. So let's look and see what's in my bag. Okay, first of all, whether you're day hiking, whether you're camping over the weekend, you are going to need water. Now, this is a vacuum sealed water pack I got from Ozark Trails. And they do not sponsor this video, but let me say this. Ozark Trail, I have several items, including these boots, which you are also going to need. Ozark Trail boots, which are some of the best boots in the rain, in the mud, in the snow. I've worn them, and they're comfortable, they're waterproof, and it's the same with this water bottle. This water bottle from Ozark Trail is vacuum sealed. So on a hot, sticky day, you can go and you're going to need lots of water, lots more than this. But this will suit the purpose for this video. But it will keep your water cold for hours and hours, and delicious, and delicious. And another thing you're going to need, which is right up the hill. So inside my pack, now again, some of these things are relevant to you now, some of them not. And that's depending on whether you're camping overnight or more for a night or more, or whether you're hiking. So use these suggestions as they apply to you, and those that don't apply, just let fly. Okay, but you're going to need a sleeping bag, and this is my sleeping bag. Now I'm not going to unroll it, but a sleeping bag. I've been camping with this sleeping bag, and I'm not going to get into brands. I'm not going to get into types, but depending upon the weather, there's 30-degree camp sleeping bags which will keep you warm in 30 degrees or above. There's all season sleeping bags which will keep you warm and snug in the seasons. I advise you to do your little research and to check out those things. Depending upon the season you're going, it's very hot out here right now on the East Coast. 90 degrees. You can tell I'm sweating. You can tell I'm sweating, which is another thing we want to get into: what to wear to keep your body as cool as possible. But you're going to need a sleeping bag. Do your research. Don't just pick up a sleeping bag, because comfort is going to be very important if you're out in the woods, you're pitching a tent, and you're going to be out there 2 or 3 days. You need comfort. Comfort is very important. Second is my tent. This tent is a Hillman tent, and I bought it from Amazon. And actually, a lot of things that you need, you can get from Amazon, you can get from Walmart, or you can get from places like that specialize in outdoor equipment like REI. Look at prices, compare prices, but not only that, compare quality. Because if you are out in the woods and you have a tent, and you get a tent and it starts raining, your tent has to be able to keep you dry. Or if it's cold, it has to be able to keep you warm. If you have 2 people, you don't want a 1-person tent. If you have 3 people, you don't want a 2-person tent. So you want to make sure that you get the tent that's suitable for your purposes. You know the things that you are going to have to consider having if you're going camping. And in our next video, we are actually going to set up a camp. So you will see me set up all of those things in future videos. But for now, if camping is your thing, start looking into a sleeping bag that's appropriate for the season that you plan on camping, and get you a tent that's appropriate for the conditions you plan on camping in and the seasons in which you plan on camping. Finally, a backpack. I use this backpack 3 times. 3 times. I also bought this from Amazon, and one of my go-to places, because you can get stuff from all over. You can get stuff from all over the world on Amazon. Some of the stuff I got from Walmart and other places. I have yet to go to a store that specializes in outdoor equipment only, and that's only because I didn't have to. The pack holds enough of what you need for at least 3 days. You can store in it your, let me open it up for you. Okay, and they go by liters, and I can't tell you exactly how many liters this is, but inside of this, which I've used again about 3 times, my sleeping bag, my tent, my cooking equipment, which we'll go into in the future, my water and my food, all fits in here. Now there's a system that you can apply to how to pack these things for convenience, because if you're walking long distances and you're carrying a 30, 40 pound pack on your back, you just don't want to throw everything in there. You want to make it so your body is suitable so that you can carry this stuff in the most comfortable fashion and as feasible, and the stuff that you readily need to be on top. So we'll get into that in the future, but you're going to need a backpack. And again, just like the sleeping bags, just like the tent, the backpacks come in varieties. There's even day packs. This is if you want to camp 2 or 3 days, 4 days. This is what you need. It got various pockets. You can carry your water. It got straps here where you can attach your tents and other things on outside of it, as well as pockets and stuff that you can pack inside. For your comfort and have everything you need to survive outdoors 3 or 4 days. But there are also day packs that's just designed if you want to go out for an afternoon stroll and you want to go out in the woods and you want to go on a hike. You need nourishment, you want your trail mix, you want your food. So there's day packs as well. I have a couple of those myself. I didn't bring any today, but because I thought this would be sufficient. But you are going to need a backpack. I keep a knife, which this was a gift, a very nice gift. I do have a knife, and you're going to need something to cut with, and you're going to need some utensils to eat with. If you're going to be out, whether it's a long afternoon, whether it's going to be 2 or 3 days or whatever, of course you got to eat. And if you're going to eat, you're going to need some tools. One of the tools you're going to need is a knife. This is my eating kit, my utensils, and let me show you this. Here is everything you need. Here's a collapsible bowl or a cup, whichever you want to use it, and it collapses, and you can just This is a bowl or a cup. This is what you call a spork. It's a spoon on one end and a fork on the other. And here are some additional forks, a spoon that I just threw in there, and 2 plates. So when you're out, you're setting up, and I typically find a rock to eat on, but there's tables that you can also acquire to eat on. But you're going to need your utensils, and this is one kit. This all comes in the same kit, and you can buy them just like this, or you can get more expensive. Here I also have, these can be used as, and I believe these are Ozark Trail too. I just love their products. And I'm going to show you, these are bowls or cups, depending on how you want to use them. But when you're out and you're cooking, you're going to need utensils that can last. And let me show you what I cook on. And if you notice, I don't know if you noticed, but everything have their own pockets. I put everything in different pockets. That's what I love about this bag, is that it has enough room. Here is my camping. These are pots. And these pots, inside this pot is another pot, and then a little cup, and then another pot. And so you might be wondering, there is nothing that you cannot cook on this. I'm sorry, I'm watching my little dog. But come boy. And so there's nothing that you can't cook outside, because I've done quite a bit of cooking outside. So you might say, what do I cook on? Hey, Bubba, you doing good, boy? Say hi to the people. This is a camp stove. Now we're going to really get into this more extensively in our next video. Now I have yet to really have to use this, and I'm going to show you why. But I'm going to turn it around. This camp stove is propane, and you put a propane bottle in here. I'm not going to set it up, but you in the way. And you set everything up here, and you cook your food on top. And I'm going to show you how to do that in the future. But these camp stoves are very inexpensive, but they're very, very efficient. And I got to show you how to use them. But I have not used them in my camping trips last year, because I used this. And this is a performance blended fuel camp stove. Propane inside, but it is very convenient to use. It's easy to carry. It's lightweight, and you can cook almost everything. And I'm going to show you how to do it. But again, this is not an instructional video, but I suggest, just like the sleeping bag and everything else, if you're going to be out for a few days, you're going to need a camp stove. And if you're a beginner, I suggest, instead of using one of these, use one of these. How does this work? This is probably the only thing I'll show you how to do today. This is simple. This is, you screw this top on. It comes with this handle. You screw this into the propane tank. On top, you have this sort of holding thing to hold your pots and your stove. And let me show you. You put it on top of here. Your food is inside. Let's say, of course, you're sitting this down on something. Move up so the people can see, baby. And this keeps you from burning your hands. You can pick it up with the fire. You turn this on with this little handle here, and a match on, and it lights up just like a stove. And you just cook your food. If you need something a little more expensive, you could use one of these pots, and it fits on just like that. So what's my point? In all of this, be prepared. And I have a lot more stuff here. I have my water. I have my magnesium bar if I wanted to make a fire. We'll get into all of that later. I have a compass in here. All in this one bag. I have a lantern. I have a number of lanterns. I have a head lantern. I also have this lantern, which I keep inside of my tent. Make sure that you get a light and all of those things. I'll write some of the things that I've mentioned here that you are definitely going to need, depending on whether you hike or whether you camp. I'll write them in the captions below, in the comments below, I mean. And so if you have any questions, you can also send me your questions, and I'll write how you can get them to me in the captions below. And so again, this is Front Page Nate. This is my dog Muppet. You're looking at Outdoors with Front Page Nate. And in the next video, we're going to show you how to put some of this stuff together. All right, thank you. Take it outside.